Good evening from London. Welcome to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Sir Keir Starmer may well be the next British Prime Minister. Labour leaders a hearty lead in the polls.
It is a prevalent mind virus and arguably one of the biggest threats to modern civilization.
It's clear, but he still has to prove he knows what matters to the British people. And today, I believe he made a massive miscalculation.
I've got something that could end Keir Starmer's career, Piers Morgan claimed in a recent interview. The controversial journalist's eyes gleamed with the promise of a bombshell revelation. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. What followed was a tale of political intrigue that has sent shockwaves through Westminster. It's a story of a leader's fall from grace, and it begins with a simple question. Just how well do we know Keir Starmer? Recent polls have sent shockwaves through the Labour Party, revealing a stunning nosedive in Keir Starmer's approval ratings.
He's reportedly briefed his top team to avoid talking about social issues, woke issues, because apparently the public doesn't care about them. After 13 years of Tory rule with 3 prime ministers in one chaotic year recently, his path to power, he couldn't be more wrong. The public does care, and with good reason. Here's a reminder of what Elon Musk says about woke.
The numbers paint a grim picture for the once promising leader, with public trust eroding at an alarming rate. But what's behind this sudden fall from grace? At the heart of the matter lies a growing disconnect between Starmer's carefully crafted public image and the electorate's perception of him. While he's worked tirelessly to present himself as a competent, measured leader, many voters are starting to see him as out of touch, particularly on crucial issues like housing and immigration. This disconnect isn't just limited to the public. Within the Labour Party itself, conflicting accounts of Starmer's leadership style are emerging. Some insiders describe him as lacking passion and failing to connect with voters. He's too robotic, one anonymous source claimed. We need a leader who can inspire, not just recite policy. Yet others defend Starmer, arguing that he's deeply committed to reforming the party and steering it in a new direction. Starmer's recent media appearances have only added fuel to the fire. His interview with Piers Morgan, in particular, has come under intense scrutiny. Political commentators have criticized Starmer for a lack of emotional depth and authenticity. He needs to show more of himself, one analyst noted. People want to see the man behind the politician. This struggle to connect on a personal level is reflected in Starmer's communication strategy, which many experts describe as ineffective. He's been criticized for failing to address pressing issues like homelessness and immigration with the urgency and clarity that voters demand. This shortcoming has left a vacuum, allowing high-profile figures like Elon Musk to step in and challenge Starmer's policies, particularly on free speech and immigration. As the pressure mounts, whispers of damaging information are beginning to circulate. Piers Morgan's claim of having career-ending dirt on Starmer has set Westminster abuzz with speculation. What could this information be? And how might it relate to Starmer's carefully guarded personal life? With his political future hanging in the balance, all eyes are now turning to Starmer's past. What hidden chapters of his life story might help explain the man he's become? And could these revelations be the key to understanding his current struggles as a leader? Behind Starmer's polished exterior lies a complex web of family relationships that he's rarely discussed publicly. How did growing up with a severely ill mother and a distant father mold his worldview? And what does his reluctance to share these stories reveal about the man who wants to lead Britain? Keir Starmer's childhood was marked by a profound family struggle that shaped his character in ways few people realize. His mother, Josephine, suffered from Still's disease, a debilitating autoimmune condition that would eventually lead to the amputation of her legs. Starmer described watching his mother's pain as tearing him apart, a traumatic experience that left an indelible mark on his psyche. But Starmer's relationship with his father, Rod, was equally complex. By Starmer's own account, his father was emotionally distant, only expressing pride in his son once, when Kier passed the 11+ exam. This lack of emotional connection had a lasting impact, influencing Starmer's approach to his own parenting. He's expressed a desire to be more emotionally available to his children, determined not to repeat the patterns of his upbringing. The full extent of Starmer's family struggles came to light in a revealing interview with Piers Morgan. In a poignant moment, Starmer shared the words he wished he could have said to his mother before she lost the ability to speak, "I love you." This heartbreaking admission offers a glimpse into the emotional weight Starmer has carried throughout his life and political career. Adding to the family's hardships, Starmer recounted a harrowing incident that occurred while his father was in the hospital. A fire destroyed his father's outhouse, resulting in the loss of all his possessions, including his mother's wedding ring and their family dog. This series of tragedies paints a picture of a man who has faced significant personal challenges, far removed from his current image as a polished politician. Starmer's early adult life was equally tumultuous. While studying in London, he lived in what a friend described as a hellhole flat above a massage parlor, an experience that stands in stark contrast to his current status. These experiences have contributed to a complex personality that even those close to him struggled to fully understand. As Starmer's political career hangs in the balance, questions are emerging about how these personal struggles connect to the dark secret Piers Morgan claims to possess. Starmer's reluctance to address certain aspects of his past has become increasingly noticeable, raising concerns about what other revelations might surface. With the pressure mounting, one thing is clear: Keir Starmer's carefully constructed public image may be on the verge of crumbling, leaving voters to wonder who the real man behind the political mask truly is. As the dust settles on these revelations, the potential consequences for Keir Starmer loom large. His carefully crafted image as a principled leader now hangs by a thread. The Labour Party finds itself at a crossroads, facing the very real possibility of a leadership crisis mere months before a general election. Starmer's ability to weather this storm will undoubtedly test his political acumen and resilience. But beyond the immediate fallout, this saga raises deeper questions about the nature of political leadership in our modern era. How much of a politician's personal life should remain private? Do past struggles and secrets enhance or diminish a leader's ability to govern effectively? As voters grapple with these questions, the line between public persona and private individual continues to blur. Ultimately, Starmer's fate may hinge on his ability to reconcile his personal history with his political aspirations. This moment serves as a stark reminder that in the world of politics, one's past is never truly buried. It's a lesson that future leaders would do well to heed. As the public's appetite for authenticity and transparency shows no signs of waning,